A train to the promised land. Yes, it exists. A train to the heaven of the backrooms. The promised land was a mythical level until various expeditions confirmed its existence. And now we have a train too, known as the Promised Train, which leads to this beautiful level. Having said that, of course it's not easy to board this train, but everything comes at a cost, and if you're ready to pay that, you can definitely board this train. Now, before we move on, this is completely based on my theory on Promised Land, that if at all we have a train, how much fun it would be. So before it takes off, let's board the Promised Train. This train looks like a passenger train, but is covered with beautiful artworks, mostly the color pink. Definitely you can't expect a train to look normal, which is leading to the heaven of the backrooms, right? Anyway, the train runs without a conductor or a driver. It's believed that this train has its own consciousness. In fact, it's a sentient being. Hence, it knows its purpose. It knows where to take the passengers from and where to drop them. It's also speculated that this train can shapeshift and can change its color. Isn't that amazing? Also, the length of the train is not known. You can see the starting compartment near the engine, but you can't really see the last compartment or where the train is ending. Hence, it's believed that the train has infinite number of compartments. The train also has the power to vanish when required. This makes the train to run smoothly throughout the backrooms without drawing unwanted attention. As backrooms is full of lethal entities everywhere, it's not safe to run a train on broad daylight, especially when the train is leading to the promised land. Because if these entities will find out about this train, they'll definitely try to board it and end up in the heaven of the backrooms. And I don't think that's a good idea. Now the million-dollar question, where to find this promised train? Where are the railway stations to board it? So what's known so far is there are only 3 stations in the entire backrooms. The first and most confirmed one is in level 52, the 100-mile high school hallway. And yes, as you all must have guessed by now, that's how the Party Poopers were able to escape level 52 and reach the promised land. They boarded this mysterious train where they were running for their life. And, like the train, the station too would be in dormant state most of the time. You can only see the station once the train arrives. And as soon as it leaves, the station will go invisible. The second station is in level 92,233. Apart from a potential exit to the front rooms, level 92,233 also has an exit which leads to the promised land. It's been claimed that when you reach at the end of the staircase in this level, you can see a door which leads to a railway station where you can find this train already standing on the track, which would eventually lead you to the promised land. But again, this is not always the case. So after you reach the end of the staircase, the door appears, could be the exit door to the front rooms or to the promised land. I think that depends on your fate. The third and the last station is in level negative infinity for very obvious reasons, because it's already a railway station. I've done a video about it too. Do check it out. The link's in the description. So the many trains which come and leave level negative infinity also has this mysterious train in it. Now the question is how to spot it. So here's the twist. As I already have mentioned, the station and the train are visible only to the ones who are supposed to board the train. And this is where I have to break your expectations. Because as the train has its own consciousness, the train chooses you and not the other way around. So unless the train decides you as one of its passengers, you cannot really board the train. Neither can you even find the station. Promised Land is said to be the heaven of the backrooms, so not everyone who wishes can just walk in there freely. You have to prove yourself to be a certain degree to get a ticket to board the Promised Train, which means you should have extreme goodness in you to be an eligible candidate. That's the reason the train chose the PartyPoopers to be its passengers, because they were among the good entities of the backrooms, had extreme goodness in them, and were helping the wanderers. So if you really want to board this train, you can definitely try your luck, or just comment the Promised Train. Who knows, maybe the train chooses you. Now let's talk about Backrooms Heaven. The Promised Land, formerly known as a mythical level of the Backrooms until various expeditions confirmed its existence. If you enter it, you'll be in a building with 300 floors and 1,000 compartments of a limited 30 square meters each. The lights are all pink and can be deactivated on or off at any time. Behind the windows are curtains that are noticeable in the darkness. When it's the day, the curtains will vanish and a floor somehow made of clouds will come across. You can also find cloud trees here. And that's not it. Promised Land is also famous for one of its residents who were assumed to be all extinct. However, later came to light that some of them still live here. Yes, you guessed it right, the PartyPoopers. For now, let's talk about the structure of the Promised Land, which consists of so many rooms. The first one is the bedrooms. These are compartments, each with 2 to 6 beds, each one of them possessing a limited PVC nightstand with a lamp and a large number of unspecified books. The living room. This is massive, at least 100 square meters, contains at least 3 sofas, 4 tables with several fruits, TVs in some of the living rooms. Kitchens. It possesses various types of kitchen utensils, pans, oven utensils, plates, knives, and all other assets essential to cooking and eating. Dining room. It resembles a normal dining room from the front rooms, containing a 5-meter-long pellucid table with 10 chairs. Lounge. This is a room where you can find bookshelves and a fridge with food that restocks every 1 hour. You can also find a high-end computer and a radio. It produces music, and anyone who listens to that music experiences extreme happiness. The shop. This is uncovered near the primary room of the Promised Land. It's an enormous mall complex where you can purchase anything for relatively tiny quantities of money. The outside. The outside isn't a room, but a location. It has pools, aqua parks, ice cream shops, cloud trees, green grass, and much more. The outside, furthermore, contains an extremely gorgeous panorama and terraces. Then comes the Promised Arcade, which is entirely built by the PartyPoopers. You can find arcade games here. You can enjoy and find some PartyPoopers playing with arcade machines. Most arcade machines have games that will bring a sense of relaxation and fun while playing arcade games. This is one of the bases of the PartyPoopers. If you go too deep into the arcade, you can find a room with computers. The room is full of PartyPoopers. There's also a shop here in the Promised Land, founded by the PartyPoopers, known as the Arcade Shop, which sells items like beer, blueberry juice, bread, lettuce, and sausages. The most important thing they have is the Jar of Boredom. If you drink it, you will join the PartyPoopers. There's also a nightclub here. The nightclub used to be a deserted area of the Promised Land until a faction of glowfolk renovated it. It's similar to level 150, except it's not endless. Bunches of almond water can be found in this room, along with the occasional neon water. The business room contains 2 subrooms, an office compartment and a conference compartment with office equipments in both. In this room, you can work on various objects. It's the central basis of wealth in the Promised Land. Coming to the origin. The initial observation of the Promised Land was found in level 0 during exploration by 2 people from the Backroom colonists. They found a ripped partygoer mask in one of the rooms and a sheet of paper with rather strange contents, containing the statement, "The last of us are here," followed by a presumed photo of the Promised Land. And shortly after this, the rumors of a heaven-like level spread across the Backrooms, and the Promised Land became famous. About the colonies and outposts. The Backroom colonists, this is a megagroup. While the organization of the Backroom colonists usually pledges all service and equipment, the subgroups create their own outposts. Reliquae Outpost. This outpost members are veterans from the Summer War. They try to prevent another war from happening. The Entropy Alliance. This is a group formed by entities and a few wanderers. They're friendly but don't like trading. They're willing to help wanderers and entities who don't know where they are. They're located near the Promised Arcade. There are about 20 PartyPoopers, 16 glowfolk, and 11 wanderers. The PartyPoopers life cycle. We already know a lot about the PartyPoopers, the Fun War, how they fled level 52, and about the Promised Land. But we yet haven't discussed what's the full life cycle of a PartyPooper. I mean, how many stages are there? Are all the PartyPoopers just adults, or were they kids once and grew up to be an adult? There's so many questions whose answers we still don't know. There are yet a lot to be discovered about this blue entity of the Backrooms, famously known as the PartyPooper. So let's discuss today some theories about the full life cycle of a PartyPooper. We already know a PartyPooper appears as a human. They wear a black jacket, jeans, a hood, and black sneakers. However, their face is covered with a blue mask, and that's why we haven't been able to conclude whether they really are humans. We haven't seen their face. But if we look at their physical appearance and behavior, like they have all the body parts similar to a human body. They speak like humans, walk like humans, even they help human wanderers. And if this is not enough, let me tell you something. They're also fragile. Do not have any monstrous power like the Partygoers. I mean, what more is left? So I think maybe the PartyPoopers are actually humans, or some kind of advanced version of humans. And if that's correct, then they also go through a full life cycle what a human go through. So let's start with what a baby PartyPooper looks like. They're almost of the same appearance as an adult PartyPooper, but in baby form. When they're born, they're kept in specialized room until they're able to walk and talk. But it usually takes less time for a baby PartyPooper to learn these skills compared to a human baby. And a baby PartyPooper will also have a mask on. The PartyPoopers are really strict with their identity, and they don't want to reveal it to the world too soon. They would live a pretty normal life until their teen years. But once they hit that, the PartyPooper training would start. These are the things which are taught in their training. About the mission, about the Partygoers, the Fun War and its consequences, how to help human wanderers, the Promised Land, about the meeting room, and also level 52, their previous home. And once this is done, A teen party pooper will also get the training on how to face the partygoers if the fun war happens again. And yeah, don't forget the Jar of Boredom because it's really important for party poopers. I've also done a separate video about it, so don't forget to check it out. I've attached the link at the end of this video. So this is also included in their training about how to turn a wanderer into a party pooper. And by the time they learn all these, they're already an adult, ready to face the world. Or should I say, to face the partygoers. And that's what a party pooper life cycle looks like. What do you guys think? Are party poopers really humans? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. The Jar of Boredom of the Backrooms. Wondering what exactly is a Jar of Boredom? Well, apart from the fact that it's related to our famous entity, Party Poopers, there's nothing much known about this drink yet. What are the ingredients inside? What's its composition? Should you be drinking it if you spot it inside the Backrooms? And questions like this. There's absolutely no information available. The only information we know about the Jar of Boredom is that if you drink it, you're gonna be turned into a party pooper and join them in their quests. That's correct. Maybe one good thing about this drink. But let's discuss some theories today to know a bit more about this mysterious drink, the Jar of Boredom. Let's start with its discovery first. So, the Jar of Boredom was first found in the Promised Land when we learned that the Party Poopers have fled from level 52 and seeking refuge in the Promised Land. There's a shop in the Promised Land known as the Arcade Shop. This is a shop that was founded by the Party Poopers. However, it was bought by the game creators. This shop sells items made by the Party Poopers. There are two different sections. The one run by the Party Poopers sell very berry milk that has a slight blueberry taste to it. They also have cursed cigarettes, which have been known to create illusions on other levels. They also sell beer, blueberry juice, bread, onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and sausages. And coming to the most important thing, they also happen to have is the Jar of Boredom. However, it's not confirmed whether you can purchase it directly from the shop or the Party Poopers only give it to the chosen wanderers. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Coming to its purpose, what I think is maybe the Jar of Boredom is something which the Party Poopers invented after the Fun War to avoid extinction, I guess, if all the Fun War happens again in the future. So they invented the Jar of Boredom, and gathering more and more wanderers turned Party Poopers to their team. If the war happens again, the Party Poopers win and not the Partygoers. And that's why the Jar of Boredom is a really important drink for Party Poopers, which they're serving only to the chosen wanderers and can be found only in the Promised Land. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Level 52 once was the home of the Party Poopers. The level is the 53rd level of the Backrooms. And if it wasn't for the war, Party Poopers would still be alive, walking here in the hallways of level 52. It was their home, but they're now gone forever. But their memories are still alive here in level 52. I'll talk about them later in the video. Now, let's know a bit about how Party Poopers' home was like. So, level 52, by appearance, is an infinite high school hallway that has lockers on both sides. Each locker contains various different supplies, such as soda, chips, and almond water. Various water fountains can also be found within level 52. A According to eyewitnesses, these water fountains contain a massive amount of almond water. The classrooms of level 52 are somewhat small and usually contain around 10 to 15 desks. Each classroom of level 52 houses various objects such as almond water, pencils, notebooks, and occasionally guns. A large chalkboard is located on a wall of the classroom. Written on the chalkboard is a complicated math problem. Level 52 is divided into 4 zones: Level 11 Zone, Level 613 Zone, Level 6000 Zone, and the Dark Zone. Being the starting zone of Level 52, Level 11 Zone is where the PartyPoopers lived, and was considered to be the main area. This zone is made of approximately 200 schools. The entire zone is colored blue, the color of the PartyPoopers, and most of the lockers are tan. And there's also a singular classroom here, known as the Boredom Room. According to documentation, this is where the PartyPoopers were last seen when the Fun War happened. The event where the Partygoers declared war on the PartyPoopers. But unfortunately, the PartyPoopers ended up losing, resulting in most deaths. Partygoers claimed the victory. Few theories suggest this war wiped out the entire population of PartyPoopers, and few others suggest that some of the surviving PartyPoopers had ended up evacuating the Boredom Room and fled to the Promised Land, which is known as the Heaven of the Backrooms. But how much of this is true, no one knows, and it's still a topic of debate. What do you guys think about this? Where are the PartyPoopers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. After the PartyPoopers were gone from level 52, the only remains now is room number 172. It's a classroom that was once named the Boredom Room. This classroom looks like any other classroom in level 52, but on the board it says the war is now over, with a smiley face emoji, possibly written by a partygoer claiming victory over the PartyPoopers. The rest of the room is filled with broken laptops the PartyPoopers used to access the internet. The far side of the classroom has a door to room 170, a classroom human refugees used to settle in. Now this room has sleeping bags, along with rotting food on the desks. The second zone of level 52 is level 613 zone, only consisting of about 3 schools. The first and second school appears to be elementary, and the third one is a middle school. Entities are rare in this section, only consisting of facelings and occasionally smilers. The next is level 6000 zone. This zone of level 52 consists of around 121 schools and is the final safe zone. Each school in the level 6000 zone has their own unique style, although the designs of the schools differ for every wanderer. The final and the most dangerous zone of level 52, the Darkness Zone. Once you reach here, you'll notice the lights flickering before completely powering off. All the lights in the Darkness Zone appear to be heavily battered and smashed. This zone appears to be infested with entities during most portions. In addition, wanderers in the Darkness Zone will get a feeling of scopophobia, feeling like they're being watched. It's advised to avoid the Darkness Zone at all costs. About the entrances, level 52 can be entered by either entering a school known as M. David High School in level 11, or by entering a classroom door in level 51. And for the exit, by entering a movie theater door labeled as Auditorium 53, which will bring you to level 53. And that's it for today. Let me know in the comment below which level you want to see next. See you in my next video. Till then, bye.